Another day, another dollar in this beautiful world we call truck driving now. I got a little bit of a friend back here making a lot of noise. He decided to build a bird nest behind me, so he gonna be dropping into the video. If y'all can already hear him, he's somewhere around here. Last night in Nashville, Tennessee, had a bunch of streamers show up, and we had Aiden Ross, Charleston White, some of the other streamers, the Island Boys, a bunch of people I ain't never heard of. Some people I have heard of. Y'all know they had that big brand risk boxing match. 200-some thousand people watching last night on the kick.com. I'm new to Kick, and I'm kind of new to this streaming. You know, I'm just now going over to, you know, kick.com and Twitch, seeing what's going on. I've known about Twitch for years, probably before YouTube, but I ain't never, you know, I was never involved because I wasn't no gamer, but it didn't involve past gaming now. Just like this trucking industry, it didn't involve past just going out working for Mr. Charlie. This thing didn't involve into, you know, you can go out, start your own business, you know, be free and all that stuff. So I go down Broadway after the event. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. The event ended around 11, say about 11 p.m. That's when it ended, after the Charleston White fight, which that man was gas, boy. That man was gas. You could tell, watching the boxing fights, you could tell none of these guys did any cardio. I don't know how long these guys had to prepare, but drugs, smoking, alcohol, you could tell these guys didn't have no win whatsoever. The guy that Charleston White fought, the Island Boy, you know, you would think that the fight was made up, but no, it wasn't made up. I knew the fight was real after, I don't know which Island Boy it was, but when he gave up, he immediately went for that inhaler. Yeah, I said, yeah, ain't nothing fake about this. He gave up because his heart is pounding so much, all that smoke, all that weed, he can't breathe. He ain't got no choice but to give because he about to pass out. There was another guy 3 fights before that. He gave up after the first round. What did he say? He got on the mic. He said, "Man, look, man, I smoke too much, man. I can't breathe, man. This is their first boxing match. I guess they only had like 5 days to prepare, whatever the case may be. But I do like what Aiden Ross got going on. He's undermining Mr. Charlie. I told y'all about Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie, for whatever reason, they stuck in the 1970s. They don't want to involve. You know, they don't want to understand that we living in 2025. So y'all know what's going on with boxing and the fact that these fighters, you can't get them to fight. You know, none of these champions want to fight each other. For example, you got Gervonta Davis. He not finna fight Shakir and all the rest of them people in that, you know, in the way. Cause so what you end up having is all these people got belts, but it shouldn't have never been this many belts before, and nothing is being done to make the sport better. They not investing in the boxing. Nothing is really being done. And right now, Canelo is the only one you really want to watch. You know, Gervonta Davis, he every day he announced his retirement. So here come Aiden Ross. He said, you know what? Let me just make my own boxing promotion. He had 200,000 viewers last night. A bunch of people, you know, we really don't even know. Really just a bunch of, you know, they ain't even boxers. They just got in the ring and money was made. So, but anyways, I go downtown last night, 2 in the morning. They on Broadway. How do I know they was on Broadway? Because Aiden Ross, he said they were going to Broadway right after the stream ended. Towards the end of the stream, when he went in that room, he was doing the interview at the table. He was like, yeah, we finna go down to Broadway. So I went down there. Got in my car, went down to Broadway. Now, I didn't see none of the streamers down there, but I most definitely saw the streamers' vehicles. Red Ford GT, valued at about $500,000. Somebody had some type of RDR8 that looked like a 2026 wrapped up in all types of custom coloring and stuff. Saw a Lamborghini Aventador and some other exotics out there. But I didn't see no signs of the streamers, anything like that. They had probably went off in one of them buildings. I didn't bother to go inside none of them restaurants down there on Broadway. I just wanted to pass through, you know, and see what this streaming money looked like. And one thing I see, this streaming, boy, it's big business. It's big box office business. And I need to get into it. That's right, I need to get into this streaming because I'm missing out on some money. I was just watching Sean G this morning. He down there covering, you know, the Diddy trial on YouTube. Y'all know his situation. He don't work for Mr. Charlie. He don't get a W-2 check. He ain't got all the insurance and all that. He got bad credit. But when I watch him, man, that man living life. He ain't got to answer to nobody. He free. He able to take care of his son. I like the life he living versus, you know, some of the other guys that I know that I wouldn't want to trade for their life. Like my brother, for example, working at UPS Monday through Friday. You know, watching him over the years, that's not the lifestyle that I would want to live. I don't care how much it pays. I don't like the fact that they don't have the freedom. You know, it's like they living to. It's like they donate their body to Mr. Charlie to make Mr. Charlie richer and build up Mr. Charlie brand, and Mr. Charlie don't give them no days off, and they may get, you know, 1 week of vacation, 2 weeks of vacation a year, but when it's time for vacation, they so tired that they really can't go anywhere, and they can't take the whole week. They got to use like 3 days, because if they use the whole week, they're gonna be out for the whole year of vacation time. I don't necessarily like that. And even though my brother been doing it for 20 years, he got way more money than me. You know, nothing that he can do, or nothing, there ain't nothing neither one of us can do than the other one can, if that make any sense. You know, he can go get a car from the dealership just like I can. You know, he can get houses just like I can get houses. Of course, he got the paperwork. I ain't got the paperwork. I'm working on the paperwork though, but that's just another year or two. You know, getting tax returns. Of course, he come with the tax returns. But anyways, I thought I'd go down there and take a look at, see what's going on down there. Like I said, a lot of these streamers, they getting big butts. So what I think I'm gonna do is make a bunch of accounts on a bunch of different social media platforms, and probably do a video later on today giving y'all my social media handles so y'all can follow on all these different websites. And I'm gonna just start working all these websites so Brother Andrew can have even more money coming in, okay? Moving along, fuel prices. Y'all know fuel prices overnight, they started creeping up, and it could go even higher. If you're a lease driver, you need to understand, if fuel prices go up, if you work for the Russians is not going to negotiate that DAT freight. Whatever it says on DAT, you already know they're going to take it for what it say. They may ask for additional $50, but that's about it. Y'all know, if you work for the Russians, you already know what I'm talking about. Meaning, your checks, they're going to be coming down a little bit. Obviously, it is what it is. You know, just understand right now, you know, if you was making $2,000 with the Russians, it may come down to about 18. Y'all can't really drive any more miles. Y'all kind of maxed out on the miles. You know, I'm seeing, you know, settlements 6,000, 6,200, 6,300 miles. Guys, you can't get to 7,000, because at that point you 24 hours every day without sleeping, and at that point your body's, you ain't got that much time left on earth when you're running like that. So it's okay if the check is coming down. Everybody's gonna be affected, but just understand, if you match your income with your expenses, you need to know the check coming down a little bit. Okay, and it may, and the way this news is looking, it's probably gonna stay down for quite a bit, especially depending on what Iran finna do. I don't know what they finna do. I'm waiting around. I had sold a bunch of stock this morning because I ain't trying to be, you know, I ain't trying to ride no wave down. I'm up past 100%. I don't need to go back down like how the terrorists was. I just wait. Ain't none of the stocks I'm into right now, or I was in before I sold, ain't none of them finna boom in the next, you know, month basically. NVIDIA ain't going nowhere. Rocket Lab ain't going nowhere. Serve and all the other stocks, ain't none of this stuff finna go up, you know, not in the next month or two. Not the way I see it, unless they got some type of earnings call or something like that. So just be aware, you know, fuel prices going up. And you can always go out and get your own fuel card too, but I know a lot of lease drivers don't want to take that route. Tolls. I'm seeing a lot of these drivers paying ridiculous tolls on their settlements, $700 in tolls, $800 in tolls. Guys, I honestly don't think you guys are being charged fairly for these tolls. I looking at these tolls on your settlements, I think y'all need to take that pre-pass out the window and just pay cash at the booth, and you probably save a lot of money. These Russian carriers, man, you know, unless they breaking down toll by toll what you guys are paying at the toll, man, look here, man, I think they just coming up with numbers on y'all settlement. That's what I think. I think they're just coming up with nothing, and it's really affecting you guys because it's lowering your check. So be aware, man. They finna send you up to the northeast somewhere, and it's gonna require all these tolls. Tell them you don't want the load, man. Unless they can negotiate the thing to something, you know, worth taking. Hey, man, I ain't trying to go up there. I ain't trying to go past PA. I ain't trying to go to, you know, past Virginia. You know, do something. If you must go up there, man, I take that pre-pass out the window. Take the battery out. It's a battery in the back of it. Just take the battery out. And after you get through going all up through there, then you can put the battery back in. You know what I'm talking about? But toll price is insane, man. Toll price is insane. I do plan to leave out tomorrow. I'm probably gonna shoot a bunch of pre-recorded videos to put out for y'all for the next week or two. And that's just so you know, can't nobody stop what I got going on for the first 2 weeks. I don't need people knowing where the truck is at, you know, or you know, I don't need nobody giving no type of indication. So I may sit right here and shoot a couple of videos for y'all, you know, and just have them released for the next 2 weeks. And that way, you don't know if I'm in the truck or out the truck. They could be, you know, I could still be at the house and y'all just, you know, just don't know it. I'm just telling you it's pre-recorded. This ain't pre-recorded. Today is Monday? Yeah, today Monday. This ain't pre-recorded. Like I said, the Charles and White fight was yesterday. But that's what I plan to do, man. A bunch of pre-recorded videos. I already got a drive-in lined up. My insurance is due today from Progressive. It's $1,000. That's already taken care of. So I got a whole another 30 days to run. Actually, next month is already taken care of too. Anyway, so, but yeah, man, it's time for me to get out here and see what this truck can do. This 12.7 Detroit 60 series, okay? And I'm not worrying about breakdowns, anything like that. What I'm worried about is if I get in the truck on day one and start filming, you know, me negotiating loads, how much I'm getting paid, and things. It'll be a bunch of unnecessary hate, and I don't want that right now. Okay, give me 2 weeks. You know, now I'm still gonna be filming, but of course I'm not gonna release the videos for about 2 weeks.